Za, Boxing Nation, where boxing lives, breathes, and breaks down. Today is July 28th, and we've got a stacked lineup for you today that's shaking up the entire fight world. Claressa Shields once again proves why she's the GOAT in front of her hometown crowd. Oleksandr Usyk silences the doubters with a brutal KO. And Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford is shaping up to be fight of this generation. We'll also preview the biggest upcoming fights that I know you need to be prepared for. And we're going to take a quick trip back in time to visit your favorite segment on this day in boxing history. Let's start off with greatness. On July 26th in Detroit, Claressa Shields walked into the ring not just as a champion, but as the face of women's boxing. And by the end of the night, she walked out as the standard, once again proving why she's in a league of her own. She faced New Zealand's great Lani, a skilled and respected fighter in her own right. But from opening bell, it was clear Claressa Shields wasn't there just to defend her belts. She was there to make a statement. She controlled every round with sharp footwork, fast hands, and elite ring IQ. Her jab dictated the tempo and the pace. Every combination that followed was placed with purpose. She wasn't just winning rounds, she was teaching a real masterclass in the ring. The judges didn't hesitate. One judge had it 100 to 90, another judge saw it 99 to 91, and another one saw it the same way, 99 to 91. A clean sweep for Claressa Shields, who retained her WBA, WBC, IBF, and WBO titles. And she improved to 17-0 with 3 knockouts, remaining the only boxer in history to become undisputed in 3 different weight divisions, and all in the 4-belt era. In her post-fight interview, Claressa Shields didn't mince words. She called out the whole division. She hinted at a rematch with Savannah Marshall, a potential fight with Layla Ali or Franchon, or even a crossover mega fight with Katie Taylor. The message was extremely clear. And I quote, "I don't chase, I replace." At just 30 years old, Claressa Shields isn't done. She's building a real legacy that's going to echo long after she hangs up the gloves. Great job, Claressa Shields. Just a few days earlier, on July 19th, the heavyweight landscape was shaken up again by Oleksandr Usyk, who delivered a devastating 9th-round knockout over Daniel Dubois at Wembley Stadium. This wasn't just a win, it was a reminder that Oleksandr Usyk isn't just a former cruiserweight champ. He's one of the greatest technicians in heavyweight history. Daniel Dubois looked confident early on in the fight, throwing a lot of power shots and stalking forward, but Oleksandr Usyk, like he always does, stayed composed, slipping, circling, and setting traps, and by round 7, he had Dubois breathing heavy. And in round 9, the setup was extremely perfect. A blistering combination followed by a right hook and body shot that sent Daniel Dubois down and out. Oleksandr Usyk becomes 2-time undisputed heavyweight champion, and the options for his next opponent are wide open. Will it be a rematch? Will it be the long-awaited rematch with Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, or a fight against Anthony Joshua? And speaking of the big boys, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury is back in headlines. After teasing retirement and disappearing from the ring, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury is reportedly working on a 3-fight major return plan for 2026. The names being thrown around are guys like Oleksandr Usyk, Anthony Joshua, and Daniel Dubois. Now, will any of these actually materialize? With Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, you never really know until the ring walk. But his legacy still needs closure, and the boxing world is watching and waiting. On the other side, Anthony Joshua is quietly preparing for a comeback of his own. His last fight, he got knocked out by Daniel Dubois. He's rumored to face Tony Yoka, the French Olympic gold medalist, in a tune-up fight later this year. Anthony Joshua is coming off elbow surgery, but the goal is clear. Stay active, stay sharp, and line up one more heavyweight title shot, maybe early 2026. With Oleksandr Usyk, Tyson the Gypsy King Fury, Anthony Joshua, Daniel Dubois, and now Moses Itauma, the heavyweight division is looking alive once again. And in 2026, it's already shaping up to be one of the most competitive years in recent history. Now, let's talk about the fight that everybody's waiting for. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. This fight is happening September 13th in Las Vegas, Nevada, streaming live on Netflix pay-per-view. And folks, this one is gonna be different. This one is legacy versus greatness, experience versus momentum, power versus perfection. Terrence Bud Crawford is 41 wins, 0 losses, 3 division world champion, undisputed at 140 and 147 pounds. Fresh off dominating against Errol the Truth Spence. And he did an okay job against Madrimov. And now he's stepping up to challenge the undisputed king of 168 pounds in Saul Canelo Alvarez. And he's been talking to that talk too, and recently saying that Canelo Alvarez doesn't make his pound for pound top 3. He put guys like Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, Oscar De La Hoya all above Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez has kept quiet for now, but make no mistake, this fight is extremely personal. It's the kind of fight that defines an era. So who do you have winning? The sniper from Omaha, Nebraska, or the Mexican machine, Saul Canelo Alvarez? Now, before we close the book on July, let's look ahead the biggest fights coming up. July 30th, we have Kenshiro versus Ricardo Sandoval for the WBC light flyweight in Japan. We have August 2nd, Oscar Duarte versus Kenneth Sims Jr. A real banger fight that I think that you guys need to pay attention to. August 16th, Moses Itauma versus Dillian Whyte in Saudi Arabia. That fight will be youth versus experience. Then we have September 13th, Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford, live from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada. September 14th, we have Naoya, the monster Inoue versus Akhmadaliev. 2 elite punchers who are going to be colliding, and I believe that that fight is just something great waiting to happen. And then November 22nd, we have the great David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde. Both of these guys are going to come forward. Both of these guys are going to leave it all on the line. So I believe it's going to be a tremendous matchup stylistically. Let me know what you guys think about that fight in the comments below. But now it's time for your favorite segment on this day in boxing history. In 1952, the great Rocky Marciano knocked out Harry Kid Matthews in a heavyweight title eliminator, earning a shot at the world title that would change his life and the sport forever. Then in 2001, we have Roy Jones Jr., who retained his WBC light heavyweight title with a masterclass win over Julio Gonzalez. His reflexes, his footwork, showboating, dominance was all undeniable. 2018, we have Mikey Garcia unified the lightweight division with a unanimous decision win over Robert Eastern Jr. Garcia proved he was the real deal. He showed power, discipline, and a sharp boxing IQ in this fight. Fights like these remind us why we love this sport: the skill, the heart, and the legacy. So here we are, another week, another set of legends made and legacies defended. Claressa Shields continues to write history. Oleksandr Usyk cements his name among the heavyweight elites. And Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford is on the proud to be one of the best fights of this generation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who wins, Canelo Alvarez or Terrence Bud Crawford? Is Claressa Shields already the greatest woman boxer of all time? And which upcoming fights are you most hyped for? Inoue versus Akhmadaliev, Itauma versus Whyte, or are you stacked for the November Riyadh card? Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on an update. And if you're new here, keep your hands up, and I'll catch you in the next one.